Hey everyone, I'm here with my lovely patient. It's always an honor when another healthcare professional comes to me. I feel like, oh my god, the trust. But we're going to go over some upper third global optimization with using toxin. I'm going to walk you through my approach in terms of how I mark out the areas, how I determine the dosage, and go from there. Alright? So the first muscle I always kind of address with the patient is the frontalis. So if you elevate your forehead for me, do that. So we've done toxin on him a couple months ago, and it's really nice to see some people who already have that muscle that has weakened over time. This is why I tell patients that once you've done your initial toxin treatment, which is like I call it the loading dose, that's typically the most toxin you'll ever need if you continue to do toxin, because now these muscles, it's like not allowing your muscle to go to the gym. They naturally sort of weaken over time, which is really great because it usually means less units at future appointments. So when it elevates your forehead, do that for me. This is the frontalis. It's a thin sheet of muscle directly on bone. It gives you those striation lines that we, don't love to see. But you can already see how smooth his forehead is otherwise because we've already treated him before. And so make an angry face for me. So this is the glabellar complex. This also has held up very nicely on him. He doesn't have any more of these 11 lines that I remember him having before. And so this is consisting of the corrugators on the side and the processor in the center that comes out forward. This is the depressor muscle of the upper third of the face. It pulls the face down. So it's really always super important to treat these two muscle groups together. They should never be treated independently. It completely throws off the face. And so when you see someone animating in real life with one of these muscles treated and not the other, that's where you start to really see that disconnect. That's that giveaway that something was done. The face it completely throws off the balance. So another area that I always treat that a lot of providers tend to skip. So if you scrunch up your nose for me, get that little scrunch. Yeah, there you go. So this is the nasalis. Again, his muscle here has been limited before because we've treated it with toxin. So this muscle directly below the glabella will start to compensate for movement if you do not treat it and you are actively treating this glabella. So it can actually widen the nose and create these little bunny line striations on there if you're not treating it in addition to the glabella. So I always do a little sprinkle of toxin there. Now, if you turn a little bit to the side for me and give us a big smile. So this is the orbicularis oculi. On him, it's a little narrow. And so it's really nice when we do toxin on him just to kind of open this up and give him a very subtle brow lift and a little bit of opening there. We do get a little bit of texture underneath the eye. And so using small doses of toxin under here, just little micro droplets, kind of helps to relax this tension we get when we smile that creates these tiny little striations here. So doing small microdoses here will relieve that, make the eye look more fresh, open, and awake. So just do me one more time, just raise your forehead. So I want you to see a little bit of lateral compensation here of the temporalis. I'm going to do tiny little doses over here just to prevent this muscle from bulking up on us. It's a very common muscle that will tend to compensate for movement in the frontalis. So once this muscle has been treated and is no longer animating as much, we tend to animate over here. And the last thing we want is when someone animates their forehead, instead of being able to move here, it's almost like their ears are moving. So to kind of keep things natural and balanced, we're also going to treat this muscle area as well.